Hello and welcome to another Unreal Engine 5 video. In this video, I will make the UI for the tank. I will show you how to make the crosshair and the other UI like the health and the turret rotation of the tank. Now before we start, we need two widget blueprints. One for the crosshair and the other for the UI. Let's make first one, called bp underscore crosshair, and the other one to call it tank UI. Before we start making our widget blueprint, let me just do a quick explanation on the user interface blueprint. Here, when you open the widget blueprint, the new one, it will be blank, will not have anything. Here on the upper left corner, you have the items that you can use, anything, audio, maybe a progress bar for health, numbers for ammo or speed. But first, the first thing that you need is to put a canvas panel. It's like a grid that you put your items on, and you fix this item to this grid. You choose the canvas panel here and drag it to the lower left corner. This canvas panel, like I said, is represents the screen. You can increase its size to make it match the 1080, or leave it because it will change with the resolution of the screen when you play the project or the game. Now what we need in our project, we need image, and we need progress bar, and we need text. The image also, from here we search for it, put it here in the canvas panel. From the right side here you see the details panel. Here you can change a lot of things like the position, the type of the image, the size, the opacity and the color. Also you can put some text on it. What we need from this detail panel is the anchors, the position. We anchor it to the center. This anchor, it helps you fix the widget components to the screen, and when the screen resolution change, they will be fixed to the same position. They will not change and cause problems. Here we change the size of the image, increase it to 100. Let's use an image, the crosshair image. The position to make it in the middle, in the X position you put half the value of the size, but in the minus. So if the size is 100 of the X size, so the position X will be minus 50, and the position Y will be also minus 50 because the Y is 100. Now that we put our crosshair, and like I said, here are the options for the alpha, for the opacity, color. Let me change them back, and let me show you also the text that you use to represent the ammo or the speed of the vehicle. Here we also anchor it here to the lower right corner, change its position. Here from we change the displayed text here. Let me make it 00 for reference. Here increase the size of the color of the text. Here the color, and also remember here to make this true if you want to change this value at runtime. If you want to change it and make it represent the ammo or the speed, it's called ammo. And to make it change with our ammo or speed, we have multiple uh, options or multiple ways. One of them is the binding here, create binding. It is the easiest way, but it will be heavy on performance if you have a lot of items, because it will be like tick, it will update on runtime. This way we use only this way for the binding. We use it only for the items that we need to update at runtime, like the speed or the elevation, the position of the uh, object or the player. But for the health or the ammo, we have another way to change them in the widget, which is by sending the input only when there is the change in the ammo or the health. Like when your health decrease, we will send the input to the user interface to change the health or the ammo. I hope I explained it well. Now let's go back to our video. Thank you. For this, you need icons with transparent background. You can get them from Canva, or you can make them Paint 3D. I made this one for the turret in Paint 3D, and also I have another one that I made. These that I made in Canva. So now let's start. First start with the gun crosshair. First here in the blueprint UI blueprint user interface widget. Here you can add the icons or the health bar or the things that or the elements that you need in your widget. And you have two tabs here, the designer tab and the graph tab. Here you can put the coding for calculating health or calculating the position of the widget. Here first we need canvas panel. It's like the grid that we put our like images and other elements on. Here for this will be the crosshair widget, so we need an image. And put it here on the canvas panel. From here you change the position of the image that you put. Anchor it to the middle. The anchor this helps us that when the resolution of the screen change, the widget will be fixed to the center, will not change with the resolution, will not change position. And make the position as 0, 0. Now we use the image that we brought before. I think I called it crosshair. Yes. Change the size 100 by 100 to make it accurately in the middle. Position -50 and the y also minus 50. Now it is perfectly in the center of the widget blueprint. For the crosshair widget, this is enough. So we go to our tank blueprint, add a widget, here, call it gun crosshair, and from here change the space to screen, and the blueprint choose, let's see if it's the correct one. No, it's not the correct one because I have two. Still, let me delete it. Oh, leave it. I do not want. Let me change its name because I made this one for the helicopter. Okay. Now that we made it screen, we need to set the location of the crosshair. Let's make a custom event. Call it set crosshair location. Get the crosshair and set world location. And here we need to make the location according to the gun barrel of the tank. So we need a line trace from the gun barrel of the socket, gun socket. Line trace by channel. The start will be the gun socket location. Let's get the name for the socket. The gun now we need we need to make it maybe 1000 meters, the length of the line trace, to give us accurate location. Let's get the socket rotation now. The same name. Need the forward vector from the rotation, multiply it by the length that we need, change the pin to float. The length, let's make it 100,000 and add it to the first trace or to the first location. Draw debug, break. Here we need to check if it is blocking hit or not, because if it's a blocking hit it will be better, more accurate. If it is a blocking hit, it will give us the impact point location, but if it is not blocking hit, it will give us the the trace end. Let's comment on this. Set crosshair location. Now we need to call this custom event on the tick. For me, I will call it here after the boolean of the AI controlled. This I added before when I made the AI tank. So you just add a branch, checking if it is AI controlled or not, and set crosshair location. This one, and also when it is AI controlled, you need to set hidden or set active. We leave it false, so that when we are not controlling the tank, there will be no widget played on the screen. Now let's test. Close it. If it is now, it is more accurate like this. It does not hit anything. The crosshair will be played on the end of the trace. It will be not that accurate. Here it is more accurate. Now let's make the UI. Let's go back to our folder. Now the tank UI. Also we need a canvas panel. Like I said, it is like the grid that we put our items on. Also need an image. This image, let's call it turret, because it will represent the turret rotation. And let's find our turret. Like now we anchor it to the lower left corner and set the location to 0, and we change the position of it. Like I said, the anchoring will help us that when the resolution of the screen change, the position of the widget will stay on the same location. It will not be left like here or there. It will be fixed to the corner. For the turret location, we need to go to the rotation. Go to the graph. We need this both of these. We need a reference from our tank. Get player pawn, cast to T72. We need this reference to get the turret rotation. And here in the tick we need also the image. Remember that when you make the turret you set this to true. It's by default it's true, but you need to make sure that it is true to make it a variable, and you can utilize it here in the graph. For the turret we need to set the angle, render transform angle. And here first I need to check if it is valid to avoid getting errors. Then we need the turret rotation. The turret rotation we calculated by getting the delta between the actor rotation, between the control rotation and actor rotation. So we need to get control rotation and get actor rotation. Make the delta break. We need the Z value only, turret yoke. Now let's see. Forgot to create the widget in the tank blueprint. Here in the begin play, also get the is AI controlled boolean. If it is AI controlled, we do not want to create the widget. In the false, we create widget. Our widget is the tank UI and add to viewport. Also format it to a variable, call it tank UI. We need this to adjust or to update the health and the ammo values when we add it. So now you see, we look to the lower left corner, the icon is turning with our tank. Turning relative to the tank. Now let's add the health and the ammo. For the health also I will add the speed. The health I will make it like a health bar. Here let's type bar, progress bar. Let's call it health. Now we need to anchor it to the upper right corner or whatever you like. Let's make it long. let's change the color. The color, let's make it red. And also here in the background image, in the style background image, tint, we'll change it to maybe blue. I'll make it when it is full it's blue, or uh, light blue. And let's add here one for the ammo, for the max ammo. We need text to make it variable. Make sure to make it variable for the text and call it ammo, and duplicate it. We need the max ammo. Also need another text. Let's duplicate this also for the speed. Now let's arrange them for the ammo. Let's make it 0. Let's make it here. Let's put it here. Let's change the size. Maybe make it 32 or 40. And let's get the max ammo. Also anchor it to the right lower corner. Make it 40. Zero, zero, and bring it here next to the ammo icon. I mean text. Now for the speed, the same. Put it here. Yeah. Now let's make the coding for this. Now here we need a new function. Call it update UI. Let's get our UI here. We need the UI. We need two inputs for the max ammo and for the ammo. ammo, make them integer. First, let's set up the ammo count and set up the variables for the ammo. Ammo, make it integer, duplicate it, and max ammo. Here, the cannon fire. First, the ammo will be 1 as the max ammo. Let's say we make it 25 or 30. Let me just make space here. Now, for the ammo, we need to check if it is more than 0. It's more than 0, we can shoot. And make it -1. And set the ammo. I think I need more space. Then we continue to shooting. Now, when we reload, after the reload here, we set the ammo to 1 and our max ammo -1. We need to set it to also we need another check here. We just make some space here. Need to another check that the max ammo is more than 0. Or we can bring it here instead of in the front. It is more than 0. Then we set the current ammo to 1 and set the current ammo to 1 and the max ammo decrease 1 from the max ammo. Now what we need is to go to our UI. Our UI here. we need here we need to set the ammo, the max ammo, and the ammo, get ammo. Yes, max ammo. We need to set text for the ammo, connect the ammo here. Also the same for the max ammo, set text. Now we need to call this function at the beginning of play to set the ammo, the max ammo and the ammo. Yeah. Also, we need to call this function whenever we change the ammo. Like here, when we are shooting, we need to call the function. And the ammo and the max ammo. Also here, after we reload, we also put the ammo and the max ammo. Now let's test. Now we have the ammo here. Now it's reloading. Now it's getting 29. Now we shoot. Ammo gets 0. And after reload, it gets to 28. Now let's set the speed. The speed is easy because we will set up a binding that will update, continuously update. We use that method. We will use the binding only for the speed because it needs to update constantly. But we will not use binding for the health and the ammo, or because it will be very heavy on the performance. Now for the speed, here for the text, create binding. Let's get our tank, check if it's valid, because sometimes the widget loads before the tank and it will give you an error. Get forward speed in mile per hour. We need to round the value to get rid of the decimals. Now what's left is the health. The health I will use I'll update it here also. Need to get the health. Sorry. Get health. Set percent. Here we need to add also another variable, call it health. Make it float. We need to change it to, we need the percent. We need as percent. No, let's divide it by 100 because or no, we will divide it by the maximum health, so it will be as a ratio of the maximum will be 1 and the minimum will be 0. Now we also update it on the damage. Where is the damage? Here or here on the update health. Here better. Update UI, get the ammo and maximum ammo and the current health. Let's check the other inputs. Here we need to put the health and all the update UI nodes. Here also, and in the beginning play I think we also have, yes, and here let's change this because you see that even the AI has a widget. Let's get the widget and set render opacity to make it transparent. Leave it as 0. Now let's see. Now let's start. Let's see what is this. I think we need to where this text. Yeah, we need to add a node to check if the UI is valid. So it is valid because sometimes the UI loads before the blueprint, our blueprint, so it causes some problems. Also, like you saw, the progress bar is in the reverse, so we have to reverse the colors and reverse the fill type. Here is the details panel. We go to the fill type, change it to right to left, and we need to change the colors. Make this one red and the red one here make it blue. So when we get damage, the bar changes to red. physics. This happened because the projectile does not simulate physics, and if it hits a body that is simulating physics, it causes this problem. And also, we need to decrease the impulse strength. It is very powerful. Where is our projectile? Maybe make it 100. Let's try it again. I think we are finished now. We set up the UI. For the next video, maybe I will make, I don't know, I'll think of something, but I will continue with the tank tutorials. Maybe we will make some dynamic effects for the projectile that will spawn different sound and explosion depending on the surface that it hits. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time for on the next videos. Thank you.